The Rams take on the Cardinals for tonight's Monday Night Football matchup. This short is brought to you by Footballguys.com. Save time, worry less, and win more with us. The over-under tonight is 51.5 points. This is an NFC West showdown tonight. The first place Cardinals are rolling. They've won 2 straight by double-digit points over the Bears and the Seahawks. Meanwhile, the Rams snapped a 3-game losing streak with a win over the Jags last week. They're looking to get another win tonight. Last time these two teams played was back in week 4. The Cardinals blew out the Rams, won by 17 points. I'm excited for this one. Let's get into the fantasy impact, starting with our quarterbacks. Matt Stafford. Now, the Rams rank 3rd in the NFL in passing yards and 2nd in passing touchdowns through week 13. So this team can survive in a shootout with the Cardinals if it comes down to that. Stafford had 41 pass attempts back in week 4 the last time they played. He certainly has not been the same QB in the second half of the year that he was in the first half, but he's bounced back here okay in his last 2 for roughly 22 fantasy points per game. Arizona giving up the 6th fewest amounts of points to the quarterback position since week 8, but this should be a fun divisional matchup. On the other side of the ball, Kyler Murray. It's been rough sledding out there for Murray managers, being without him for about a month now of games due to injury in his bye week, but he returned triumphantly last week to give us a 30-plus fantasy point performance against the Bears, threw for 2 touchdowns, rushed for 2 more. He's locked up into your lineup tonight. Even if the Rams are giving up the 13th fewest points to the quarterback position, Murray has the potential to be the QB1 on the week, any given week. That's why you drafted him. He's in your lineup. Excited to watch him tonight. Moving on to wide receivers, Cooper Kupp having an insane year, as we all know, leading the league in receptions and receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. His season low in yards was 64 yards against the Cardinals in week 4. Of course, you're playing him. The fact that that's his season low is wild. Expectations are only slightly lowered due to this injury, but both him and Coach McVay have said he should not be restricted tonight, so of course he's in your lineup. Odell, Beckham, and Van Jefferson both have 2 receiving touchdowns in each of their last 2 games. They're always a threat on the field to be catching a touchdown in the end zone. Worth noting, the Cardinals' defense is much better against the pass than the run. 6 fewest points given up to wide receivers since week 8, but I still like these guys as high-end wide receiver 3s in this divisional matchup for your flex spot. DeAndre Hopkins on the other side, he's not lived up to that draft capital we all had to spend on him this season with the production and, of course, his missed time due to injury. Wide receiver 24 on the season, only 11 points per game. And 2 receptions last week, albeit 1 for a touchdown. Worth noting, he was out there for 74% of the snaps, so he's playing enough to warrant starting him in your lineup tonight. Rams are middle of the pack against wide receivers, giving up the 15th most points per game. Moving on to running backs. Darrell Henderson out on the COVID list. Sony Michel should be filling in for him tonight. Arizona is giving up, surprisingly, the 6th most points to running backs since week 8. So Sony should have another good night tonight filling in for Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson can't catch a break with the injury and now the COVID list, but Sony filled in for him admirably last week. He racked up 24 rushes for 121 yards and a touchdown, another 4 targets through the air. That was great. He's a low-end running back 1 tonight in this matchup. You can definitely have confidence in Sony Michel tonight. Other side of the ball, will Chase Edmonds be activated? The Cardinals have until this afternoon to activate him from IR. Last time he played was all the way back in week 9. James Conner and Chase Edmonds combined for over 200 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns last time these 2 teams played each other, but the Rams are giving up the 3rd fewest points to the running back position since week 8. So these guys are going to be tested a little bit more on the ground tonight. Even if Edmonds is activated, I'm still playing James Conner, who is the PPR running back 7 overall since week 9. Still playing him tonight. If you waited this long for Edmonds, that must mean you have a backup plan just in case they don't activate him. But if he does play, my expectations aren't too high for him in this matchup. Low-end RB2, Conner a low-end RB1 for me. The tight ends, neither tight end in this game excites me very much. Tyler Higbee, my guy this year, he's been a massive letdown for us. Tight end 19 on the season, even no uptick after Robert Woods went out with the ACL injury, surprisingly. But Arizona's giving up the 12th most points to the tight end position. He's a dart throw, low-end tight end 2 tonight. On the other side of the ball, Zach Ertz, he's been up and down this season, but for the most part, been pretty productive with the Cardinals. He's a boomer bust low-end tight end 1 for me tonight. The Rams are giving up the 10th most points to the tight end position. And as always, head on over to footballguys.com to use our awesome free tools for making your most optimal lineup decisions, especially as the playoffs now, they're beginning later this week. Tools like our snap share percentages, game logs, target share, as well as some of our premium membership tools like fantasy points allowed to each position and strength of schedule tool for the last 3 weeks of this fantasy season. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your matchups tonight.